Beautiful. I can't believe it runs as good as it does, actually. Some might say too good. Too good. Like, something has to go wrong. But I'm still down to play it. Just for nostalgia. For nostalgia's sake. It's because I am such a huge fan of the Legacy of Kain series in general. They don't have a great history of having great games, right? But they do have a history of having good games. And those games had really good stories. And I don't know what the budget was, to be honest. I just know that I loved them. I know that all the studios that pretty much had anything to do with the creation of those games closed down. IDOS. I mean, that's the nature of the business anyway. Like, newer studios are closing every day now. So that really has nothing to do with the topic at hand. Really, the topic is what happened with these rumors. These rumors being that we're getting a remake of the Legacy of Kain series in some form or fashion. We saw the figures, right? We saw the little statue. I think that was at AnimeCon in LA, if I wasn't mistaken. That thing is going around all over the place. Everybody's talking about it. The buzz is going nuts. Not as much as I would hope for, to be honest. I would hope for a little bit more buzz, a little bit more B to the buzz, because this story, like historically, this story, the game is a fan favorite. Very much a fan favorite, but I wouldn't say it's a fan favorite in the sense of like a Final Fantasy. It's just what the original Soul Reaver did for games and 3D games when it came out was a big deal. That was a big deal. And a lot of people forget about that. Is that everybody really thinks about Mario 64 as kind of being the pinnacle to 3D games and puzzles and stuff like that. And it kind of is in a way if you really think about it. But there was a little game that pushed the original PlayStation to its limits. And that was the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. The Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, the original, had a huge effect on the video game industry and what could be done with video games in a three-dimensional space. But not only that, the story was so involved. I mean, some might say it's like it was really in love with its own dialogue. I think it was like Amy Hennig was, Amy Hennig of Uncharted and a recent Star Wars entry that never came out, of so many games, right? So many titles. Some of my best titles growing up. I mean, this one being the one. Like, this is actually a game that I would actually recite the dialogue walking to school. That was kind of what I did. I was so heavily influenced by this game that a lot of my projects that I would do for school would be Soul Reaver influenced. And I played the original ones. I still have them. I have all the games, right? I have all the physical editions right here. But I have all these editions as well that I had to collect and try to mod to get them to work here. And I'm glad that they are working. That's the best part about it. But what I will say is that we, as gamers, don't necessarily respond well to a game like this that comes out and the rumor is that it's going to be getting a remake, because I think we've been burned too many times. And not only that, this isn't necessarily a game that people, I think, really want to see. I want to see it as I'm a huge nostalgia freak. Like, there's nostalgia is what I live for. I love moving on and going to the new and keep pushing on. But every now and again, something comes out, and now, especially nowadays, where the backlog just keeps running up, I don't get enough time to even play the games as much as maybe I would like to. Like, I used to just finish my games from point A to Z and then play it over again and finish it again. Now I don't really get time to do that. And I think that also is because I'm a streamer, right? Because I stream and I do that, that also kind of influenced where I wanted to go on my video game journeys. Like, now I more or less play video games offline when I want to do more involved stuff. Like, I've been playing a lot of Rebirth lately. As much as I play Elden Ring on stream, I also play it off stream. I play it, by myself on my own little mages build and things like that. but I don't really necessarily get to play these games, these older games. And also because sometimes I feel like it's just not going to get any kind of visitation, any kind of rules, any kind of love. But this is a game that meant a lot to me. The franchise, this series. Now, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, one of my favorite games. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, one of my favorite games. Soul Reaver 2, which is what we're about to play, one of my favorite games. And then it kind of just trickles down. And then it takes a heavy nosedive to as far as what they did with the series after that, right? After that, it was more or less like, let's just kind of finish, give Amy Hennig her contract, her dues, and finish the story. I don't really think they gave a fuck about what was supposed to happen with the story after that. Once they closed down Soul Reaver, the Soul Reaver shop, and everything was heading down, like Blood Omen 2, all those games were caca. They were big time caca. And as much as I loved them, I still played them. They were cool for things that they did after that, but they weren't good. They weren't good games. I'm not even gonna fuck around. Like, even the stories tanked. Oh man, I wish they could have been so much better. And then so many things happened too. Like all the individuals, the voice talent, all these actors, these huge name actors that they hired for these games were getting sick. They were old, dude. Like they were passing away. Like Renee Aberjonis, Tony, what's his name? I mean, you're probably gonna catch it in the credits. One of the most iconic voice actors of all time. But you're talking about these guys, dude. These guys were iconic voice actors and actors in general in their heyday. Like one of the dudes played on MASH. The guy who plays Raziel played on MASH. Like you might not know what that is, but that's one of the most iconic shows of all time. It's one of the most. It's probably the highest rated show next to like syndicated television show next to what's the Breaking Bad. It's like these characters, these people were that influential. They were big names in these titles, and Amy Hennig was the writer. So the dialogue was extra heavy and extra thick, but very gothic and very lore heavy. Like there's things that they did with this game too, such as like if you're to the unfamiliar, going from the spectral realm to physical realm, that was a big deal because it changed the whole aspect of the game. Not only that, there was puzzles, of course, tied into those, and these are games that were coming out right at the end of what some of the technology that was already available at that time wasn't capable of doing. Like Mario 64 was not doing this kind of shit. They were it was good. The Mario 64 was amazing, but it wasn't doing things like this. Like this was like straight tech. This was tech, right? Like things that they were doing with the facial animations was all new. The 3D rendering was all new. The graphics from the ground up was all new. There was no pre-rendered backgrounds. There was no Resident Evil nonsense to this. This was everything from the ground up. The budgets had to have been massive. I don't know what the budgets were on these, but they had to have been big to be able to do what they did with Soul Reaver 1 and 2. Everything else after that was God, man, I can't. It is what it is, right? And I don't know if they'll ever make a really decent, an actually decent Soul Reaver follow-up, even though there's always these rumors and these games that are getting tanked. I don't know if I'd even want that. It might hurt me too much as a fan of that, as a massive fan that this was my childhood, right? So, anyways, let's get on, play the game, get our nostalgia fix, if I can English that right, and we'll just go. We'll just play. You know, we'll play for funsies. Let's get the mood lighting. I was gonna do a little dark, but we'll do some. You pick my wedgie. My wedge. All right. So again, this game is I have it modded. You can find the mods pretty much not on Steam specifically, but if you go to guides here and you look in the modding and configuration, you want to go Reavering of Souls in Combat. So this is actually it's not what it's called. It's actually called Soul Fixer. So and there's a link there as well, and then after that you get So right there, Soul Fixer, that's what you're gonna get. And then you're gonna go to the DinInput.dll, you download that, and that's it. You just upload everything directly into your Soul Reaver file from Steam Apps Common. Bada bing, bada boop. Okay. Game on. I'm excited. I'm excited. Again, me and my son got it to work last night, so. Invert mouse, huh? Cool. 32. 1920 by 1080. Extra options. So this is what it gives you, right? These options weren't in the original game. So it gives you the full screen option, goes back to windowed option. Frame rate, you have it it starts as 30 frames, you can get to 60 and 120. You also have VSync, which wasn't, again, it's not in the PC port for good old games or Steam. And you have the option to turn motion blur off as well. And then and then anthroposcopic filtering, it changes that, and you have anti-aliases. That's actually in the game, the main game. And then it actually enables controller support to work without having to change anything. You don't touch it; it just goes. It just works, right? In the name of the Ghost, the Father, Holy Spirit, all that shit. And then also you can save from anywhere. You don't need to go to any save spot within the game. You can just save, and it will load it. That's how fucking good this shit is. It is that good. So if you haven't played the Soul Reaver series at all, then I suggest you give it a shot. Give Soul Reaver, go back to play Soul Reaver, because now there's mods as of the end of last year into this year, and they're updating them every month. They pretty much got this thing nailed down. Soul Reaver now at 60 frames, unlocked, full controller support. You're talking about the original Soul Reaver I'm talking about. Also, same thing as well. Man, that game looked so fantastic. I kind of wanted to start from there, but I was just like, I'll start from Soul Reaver 2 because it is the better game. So, you know, the puzzles are more varied. They're actually three-dimensional. They weren't just block puzzles. The original one was. That was like three-dimensional Catherine. Oh, they upscaled this video.
I must say I'm disappointed.
This video was pretty bad.
Progress. I imagine
in the base game.
Here sooner.
In the port.
Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never contain such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? As such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine eons ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. Free will is an illusion.
I found the tomb of Sarafan, Kain. How could you profane a priest by turning him into a vampire?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
The Sarafan were saviors, defending Nazgul from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are open, Kain. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Sarafan were noble, altruistic? Oh, don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours. You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
There's a game right here, buddy. There's a goddamn game.
Raziel, Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah. Welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny.
I actually like the way the lines are delivered in the original Soul Reaver at the end. Everything is delivered with a lot more just savagery, a lot more intensity.
Where
Not so much
am I? Is the
that
usual
cutscene.
question. In your case, when might be more apt?
Very well, you old snake. If you'd prefer I use my bare hands.
This is completely unexpected. This orb disables our vampire enemies, leaving them helpless and incapacitated. Strangely, it seems to have the same effect on that peculiar weapon of yours. But you must believe me. I mean you no harm.
You can drop the benevolent facade, Mobius. I know who and what you are. I should kill you where you stand.
Perhaps you should, my boy. But you don't.
Are you so certain of that, Mobius?
My role as Time Guardian affords me a certain level of omniscience, Raziel. No, you don't kill me. That honor belongs to your maker, Kain, some 30 years from now.
You two are a pair. You're just as fatalistic as he is.
Death comes for us all, Raziel. It's just a matter of time.
How is it that you know my name? We have never met.
On the contrary, Raziel, I know you very well. And it grieves me to see how cruelly Kain has used you. I knew you when you were one of the Sarafan Brotherhood, Raziel. We were even close.
Oh, please.
Fortunately, you need not love me now to be my ally.
Are we within the stronghold of the Sarafan priesthood?
Yes, but the glorious days of the Sarafan have long since passed, I'm afraid. This is a more cynical and indecorous age. My mercenary army now inhabits this stronghold. We strive to honor the memory of the Sarafan with our own humble crusade.
Is this the vampire Vorador?
Yes, the scourge of the Circle, the most depraved and decadent example of his whole degenerate race. He slaughtered 6 of my fellow Guardians as they cowered defenseless in this room.
And you somehow survived this massacre?
I and 2 others. The Circle was devastated. Only we 3 were spared.
How convenient. You'll forgive me if I don't naively devour every scrap of information you toss me. You have a reputation for deceit.
And who has slandered me so? Your malefactor, Kain? The one who betrayed and destroyed you? Our common enemy? Consider the source before you judge me too harshly. We'll forget about rekindling our old friendship then. But consider an alliance based on our common ground. We both want Kain dead. I can help you do it.
You don't want to meddle in this, old man. I know all about your sordid little schemes, but you're simply out of your depth on this one.
You underestimate me, Raziel. Let me show you. Even now, Kain is lying in wait for you, unaware that I've snatched you out of the time stream and brought you here to me. See how he lingers at the very pillars he is destined to destroy, foolishly confident that he has eluded your grasp.
The pillars are still standing in this time.
Yes, Raziel. They are the embodiment of the divine force which preserves the life of the pillars maintain their delicate balance, and Kain is destined to be the fulcrum upon which that balance turns. I believe you have already endured the wasteland wrought by his terrible, selfish decision. Kain's very existence is a cancer upon this world. As long as he lives, all of Nosgoth is in peril. You may never again be human, Raziel. But you can re-embrace the essence of your humanity and the nobility of your Sarafan heritage. Go to him, Raziel, and end this. But first, you will need to find your way out of the stronghold, and in this, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My soldiers will not understand your appearance here. They will try to kill you. You needn't fear them, of course. They're no match for you. Try to keep the casualties to a minimum. But do what you have to do. All great movements require a few martyrs.
Alone now, I surveyed my surroundings and noticed a second time-streaming chamber. Its entrance identical to the first, but with one distinction. That crystal was significant, but how? I had not yet discovered.
Game on. Here you guys go. Look at this. All beautifully rendered glory. Oh my goodness. Looks like there's some screen tearing on the streaming computer. Always on the goddamn streaming computer, but never on the actual gaming rig. It is what it is. All right, let's go do some choppy chop.
There it is.
Can't block those. Oh, he's dead. Let's give him a little stab. Oh, stab. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Oh my god. Okay. There's some rats. This game is so good. Ow. Stab. Dude, the way that this game plays is so beautiful. With all these upgrades. Ow. Stab. Ow. Oh! Chop this bitch's head off. Still always satisfying to see that. It just happens, but it's so satisfying. Obviously, you can't go there. I think he... Is there dialogue when you go this way? I don't remember. Tis not. But they also give you the option in this mod to see what these locations are called. So like it'll name the locations now. Like Seraphan Stronghold A, B, T, B1, shit like that, you know, floors. These girls are crazy. They hit hard.
Throughout the stronghold, I discovered evidence of my former nobility and my life as a Sarafan priest. This was the heritage so foully stolen from me when Kain raided my sacred crypt and defiled me.
It's the whole gang. Ow. They can beat that shit out of me. That shit out of him. I think he gives you the Bloodborne if you get a finisher barehanded. Yeah, like that. It just sticks that shit right into him. Yum yum. Must be in spectral mode. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. Look at that shit. This shit is so gangster.
Away from the influence of Mobius's cursed staff, I could feel the strength of the Soul Reaver slowly returning. If that orb was as debilitating to vampires as it was to the blade, it gave Mobius a powerful advantage over his enemies. I finally understood how Mobius's crusade could decimate the vampires so successfully. If he could immobilize his enemies, they were at his mercy. But why, I wondered, would the staff have any effect on the Reaver?
Ah, those bitches fuck shit up. Come on. Ow! 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 God damn it. Oh, what the hell? Some kind of weird glitch. Yeah, it's like knocking me back. That's how I try to attack her right there.
Here it comes.
Ooh, how dare you? That's not nice. What? Hey, what the hell? Stamp, stamp. Hey. Oh. Damn. Kicking my ass. The reason they disappear like that, for now, is there's no animation like for the Soul Reaver absorbing them. So I think right after this cutscene, the animation goes through, and you get the noises and all that shit.
As I neared the stronghold's inner sanctum, a strange sensation crept over me. An indescribable feeling of displacement, a sense of vertigo, as reality itself appeared to warp and bend around me. The disturbance seemed to emanate from the sanctuary's furthest chapel. As I cautiously approached, the sense of dislocation intensified with each step. So this was the tomb of the beloved King William the Just, beatified here as the martyr and catalyst of Mobius's crusade. I was reminded of Kain's journey as a fledgling vampire, how Mobius coerced him to travel back in history and assassinate William, thus igniting a genocidal hatred of vampires among the citizens of Nosgoth. And here I discovered the source of the displacement. The Soul Reaver itself, laid out like a holy relic, and broken, apparently in the battle between William and Kain. I had not thought such a thing was possible. Until, of course, Kain shattered the blade against me when he tried to strike me down. Thus, the captive spirit inhabiting the Reaver was released, and binding itself to me, became my symbiotic weapon. And so the Reaver met its former self, still imprisoned in this corporeal shell. I watched, mesmerized, as the Wraith blade uncoiled itself and snaked down the length of the physical blade. Embracing its twin, its mirror self, the Reaver's long dormant spirit was now fully aroused, and for the first time, I felt the true presence of this other entity, willful, ravenous, and deranged from thousands of years of imprisonment. The Reaver was now in command, and I, now merely its helpless host, felt my soul being leached to restore the blade. But the Reaver knew better than to destroy its host, and just as I neared the brink of oblivion, the blade released its hold on me. As I recovered, I realized we were now bound together in a fragile alliance. The Reaver no longer merely my symbiotic weapon, but a sentient parasite competing for control.
What have you done to me, Mobius? Is this your trap?
How mine? Don't forget it was Kain who led you here, not I. While you curse me, the only soul in Nosgoth ready to guide and assist you, Kain laughs at our folly and revels in your dismay.
These blades, now coiled in sinister embrace, have inspired terror in the hearts of creatures far more durable than you, old man. Bound together as they are, I can only imagine what they could do to your soul's fragile shell.
Raziel, I beg you to stay your hand. This was none of my doing. I have sought only to aid you in your righteous quest.
Why, you're trembling, Mobius. Has your confidence abandoned you? You seem to have made a fatal error by leaving your precious staff behind. Is that where all your courage comes from?
Listen to me, Raziel. You don't know what you're doing. I have taken an enormous risk by appearing here before you, so defenseless, yet eager to prove my good intentions. If there's anything left of the Seraphim in you, you won't do this. While you threaten me, your true enemy eludes you.
Don't concern yourself with Kain, old man. He'll join you in hell soon enough. As you said, death comes for us all.
Yes, the Wheel of Fate demands it.
What did you say?
The Wheel of Fate. The inexorable cycle of death and rebirth to which all men are compelled. We serve the same God, Raziel. To strike me down would be striking God's own attendant. And I don't believe even you would take that risk.
I tire of your games, Mobius. Now that I know you fear me, I needn't concern myself with you. Kain is waiting for me.
Go then, Raziel. Seek Kain out and destroy God we both serve. You, who were once a Seraphim priest, murdered, profaned, destroyed, and reborn again from his mercy. You are now most powerfully equipped to be his agent, his instrument of restoration and retribution.
My own vengeance is motivation enough.
By my soul, you almost had me, my little blue assassin. But that'll be the one and only chance you get. I assure you of that.
I could now summon the blade at will, regardless of my strength. But once summoned, the blade's ravenous appetite could not be contained. It devoured the souls of its victims, and if I allowed it to become over-aroused, the Reaver would now turn its hunger on me.
I'm pretty sure this is at the point where now.
So this was the legendary Janos Ordrin, reputed to have been the most ancient and diabolical vampire to have ever existed. According to folklore, he lived high in the cliffs of Nosgoth's northern mountains and preyed mercilessly on the defenseless villagers below. His reign of terror ended when the Seraphim finally hunted him down and tore his throbbing heart from his still-living body. This relic came to be known as the Heart of Darkness, and was supposedly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife. The Seraphim therefore guarded it carefully, lest the heart fall into the hands of their enemies. But I wondered, could Janos Ordrin truly have been as monstrous as depicted here? Or was this merely artistic license by the Seraphim, who sought to lionize themselves by demonizing their darkest enemy?
Oh man, when you find out who that is that's holding the heart, and who it is that's next to him as well, it's pretty deep shit. Okay, so we went there. Alright, we saw the thing, and I think now... let me go hit this way. Yeah, see now it makes the note, and then it has the heat factor. Oof. And it gets more powerful, but it also absorbs the soul before you're able to do it as health.
Strange how my history came full circle. This chapel, I realized, was a memorial to my former Seraphim brethren and myself. All of us martyred here, and then so cruelly profaned by Kain when he imposed his gift on our noble corpses. For the first time, I beheld the image of my Sarafan self, memorialized here among my fallen comrades. It tortured me to see how noble and pure I had been, and what a vile phantasm I had become. And a profound sense of injury, of loss and betrayal welled up in me, so overwhelming I could barely contain it. All I wanted at this moment was to find Kain and destroy him.
Hey, this girl's hard. Ow. Damn. This girl's kicking my butt. Terrell, Zephon. So you take on some of these in the original game. Duma. Crazy that he has like an actual spirit behind him. The other ones don't. It's kind of wild. Wonder why. Never really realized that. Wonder if that's native to this game or is that in all of them? Melchiah, the youngest brother, Rahab. Pretty sure we came down this way. I think there's another door. Pretty sure there's not. I don't want to get turned around. Yeah, I think it's this way. Does Wayne Brady gotta smack a bitch? That's it, right? All the way around, we're good.
First time beheld Nosgoth in its former glory. The land overflowed with abundant life and vitality. And I knew with certainty then that the world I had left behind was nothing more than the corpse of Nosgoth, a lifeless husk bled dry by the corruption of Kain's parasitic empire. This was the fragile world Kain sacrificed to preserve his own petty life and ambition, heedless of the profound cost. The sight only deepened my resolve. I sensed that the pillars lay to the northwest. If Kain truly waited to confront me there, I would not disappoint him.
Man, the depth that this game goes. I don't think... Maybe he does have the power to swim at this point. Yes, he does. Because he gains that power from Rahab in the first game. I just wasn't sure if it was immediately in this one. This is like the most three-dimensional portion. And there's a sluice gate, right? Or is there a tunnel first? I don't remember. Whoa.
As I passed this arcane landmark, a wisp of the Reaver's energy was drawn to the ring, illuminating it. This created a beacon of sorts in the spirit world. If ever I found myself depleted in the spectral realm, and my soul tossed on the ethereal winds, these beacons would draw me back to safety and restore me. These ancient obelisks were mysteriously attuned to my spiritual essence. By simply touching the symbol, I could safely preserve an imprint of my soul, and thus create a milestone to which I could return when weary, and from which I could resume my journey.
Save. It's a save point! Hey, you know, or all that other shit that he said too. Okay, kitty. You're gonna be that guy right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He's being that cat right now. Figures might as well just get him. Oh, he's going nuts.
While I had only just escaped the stronghold, I sensed that in time my journey would return me full circle to this place. Infiltrating the fortress, however, would be no small feat. The balcony that had provided my escape was now well beyond my reach, leaving this massive gateway as the only means of entry. The gates were sealed, but like the time-streaming chamber I had seen earlier, their operation was undoubtedly linked to that odd crystal mounted above the entrance.
Ah! Balls. You're it. Stab. We're almost out of juice. Ah. Ow. They don't look so good. Oh, he's the guy with the gun. Ah. Owie. Ethereal birdies. Oh, I forgot about the dogs. Dino dogs. My buddies. The dead. Like, they wanted to introduce aerial combat into this, but they never did. And they wound up doing it into the next game. They had like a whole thing going on where they were trying to do some Devil May Cry shit. Ow. I got too armed. Stab. Oh, we have to eat the dog soul. Not all dogs go to... What do you call that shit? Elysium. I hate you.
These vampires had nothing in common with the deranged jackals I left behind in Kain's derelict empire. They seemed to retain much of their former humanity. In this era, vampires were clearly not the uncontested predators we had been. These creatures were hunted mercilessly and oppressed. And while I still believed that vampirism was a plague and had to be wiped out, there was nothing noble or righteous in this crusade. This was simply ruthless persecution.
These are your people, my guy. Hey. Ha. Where'd he go? Where'd she go? Hey. There we go. Shit.
The pillars of Nosgoth, pristine, whole, and uncorrupted. I had never beheld them in this undefiled state, yet something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight. And there, waiting at the very heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy them.
I know you're there, Raziel.
Mobius led me to you, Kain, though I might have guessed you'd meet me here.
And if Mobius told you I was hidden on the underside of hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue me? Mobius trawls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies. Stay out of his net, Raziel.
Spare me your elaborate metaphors, Kain. I have pursued you here for one purpose. You will pay for your betrayal, and balance will thus be restored to Nosgoth.
And whose will is satisfied then? The will of Raziel or Mobius?
Would I be better manipulated by you, Kain? Now, turn and face me. The chase is over.
This isn't a chase, Raziel. We are merely passengers on the wheel of destiny, describing a perfect circle to this point. We've been brought here for a reason. I've seen the beginning and the end of our story, however, and the tale is crude and ill-conceived. We must rewrite the ending of it. You and I.
Face me, Kain. Even you shouldn't die a coward's death.
Isn't it customary to grant the condemned a final request?
I recall no such courtesy from you.
Indulge me, Raziel. All I ask is that you listen. This is the sublime moment of our undoing, Raziel. The ineffable fulcrum upon which swings the entirety of our history. This is where all of Nosgoth is betrayed. In this instant, Ariel, the Balance Guardian, is murdered by dark forces bent on overthrowing the Pillars. Her spirit is just now tearing free, lost in the ether, trying to find its way here. You have already seen how she comes to haunt these Pillars.
Bound here by your refusal to die. You are the reason this land becomes diseased. As long as you remain alive, you condemn Nosgoth to an eternity of decay.
Be still, Raziel. See this. As Ariel dies, I am being born to take her place as Balance Guardian. Such is my destiny.
My God.
At the moment of my first cry, Ariel's beloved, the Guardian Nupraptor, finds her corpse. Racked with grief and tormented by suspicions of treachery, Nupraptor plunges into a madness which overflows and infects all of the Guardians who are symbiotically bound, including me. The repercussions of Ariel's assassination were expertly calculated. The entire circle descends into madness, and I am tainted at the moment of my birth, instantly rendered incapable of fulfilling the role destiny has prepared for me.
Shall I show you the same mercy you showed the rest of the circle, then? You blithely murdered them to restore their pillars, yet your hand faltered when it came to the final sacrifice. What makes you exempt, Kain? You're merely the last man standing. Why condemn me for simply carrying out what you hadn't the courage to do yourself?
Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. 30 years hence, I am presented with a dilemma. Let's call it a two-sided coin. If the coin falls one way, I sacrifice myself and thus restore the pillars. But as the last surviving vampire in Nosgoth, this would mean the annihilation of our species. Mobius made sure of that. If the coin lands on the reverse, I refuse the sacrifice and thus doom the pillars to an eternity of collapse. Either way, the game is rigged.
We agree, then, that the pillars are crucial and must be restored.
Yes, Raziel. And that's why we've come full circle to this place.
So after all this, you make my case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new Guardians can be born.
Pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us.
Your arrogance is boundless, Kain.
There's a third option. A monumental secret, hidden in your very presence here. But it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here.
You said it yourself, Kain. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently, sir. But suppose you throw a coin enough times. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we get some coffee, guys. Okay, so good. The story is stupid. So good. Let me see. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright. And we're back. The location we came from.
I didn't know what impulse stayed my hand, why I had so willingly allowed Kain to escape me when I had pursued him for so long. I had no reason to trust Kain after he had valued me so little, and yet I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn, but if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them.
Okay. So we can't go this way yet. Or we have to do it in a different way, which I think is... It's telling us what to do right there. Go to Spectral. She gone. She steps is what she is. Nah. That was so cool to see that animation. For some reason, when the game first, the original one came out, it was much more drawn out too. Like they got longer, more slower.
From the moment of my arrival, I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here.
Burgak.
From the look of it, this door had been sealed for centuries. I began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key. And so it was with a sense of gravity and trepidation that I unsealed that ancient door and crossed the threshold.
It has the Soul Reaver marking. And then look, what are these beans? How come they're able to shoot juice at us? Dude juice. Dude spit. Shan't be no soul sucking here. I love the architecture.
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars, raised by this winged race, who thus defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Kain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel. Do not be deceived.
My ancient benefactor. And I dared to hope we had parted ways forever. Silence was refreshing, but it lasted. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible reason for your presence here.
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hold on me appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
Indebted? You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed. Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Kain who destroyed you. The very enemy you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Kain, and not your lackey Mobius.
Mobius is my good servant. I have many.
And if I tell Mobius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
You have grown willful, Raziel. But beware. To embrace a serpent is to invite poison into your heart. Kain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate deter your resolve.
I harbor no illusions about his integrity, nor anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all sides. I merely seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truths, Raziel. The agony of birth and death and rebirth. This is the wheel of fate, the purifying cycle which sustains all life. Vampires are an abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses. But the wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your destiny is irresistible, Raziel. You are my soul reaver, the scourge of the vampires, reaper of their apostate souls. Remain steadfast, end the vampire's parasitic curse, and restore Nosgoth. Kain's blood belongs on your hands.
Kain indeed deserves to die, for condemning me to this repugnant form. But if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Kain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore the soul from your noble corpse, and after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years, he discarded you in the abyss on a jealous whim. Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
Yeah. This game is very interesting and much more. I feel like there's some difference in dialogue though in this port to the actual PlayStation version. I don't know if this version actually got a GameCube version. The first one did. I don't know about part 2. Come on in. Hey. Hey. Oh. Trying to outduel him. Oh. He's gonna fuck me up. Oh. Yeah, I think you come back here at the end. All right, now we're just following these crystals. There we go.
I surfaced into a very different landscape. The daylight barely penetrated the dense canopy of this forest. Here I discovered an ancient ruin, unmistakably one of Mobius's time-streaming chambers, but long ago sealed and abandoned to the encroaching swamp. I didn't currently possess the means to break this seal, but I thought in time that I might.
Everything's pretty much telling you, you're gonna come back here, bro.
Get it!
We'll get you.
Die!
Hey. 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 God damn it. Mine. I don't know why I remember this place. Because you're always thinking like lava's gonna kick your ass, but I guess here it doesn't. For some reason I remember this doing that. Only, you know, you play so many Souls games. Anything that's above ankle height is gonna kill you. Vordo.
So, my lurking observer was exposed. The creature vanished when he realized he was discovered, but I caught a glimpse of him, and his features were distinctive enough. This was the vampire Vorador, the monstrous assassin depicted in the stronghold. Strange that a creature brazen enough to assault the circle single-handedly would avoid confronting me. Very well. If Vorador would not come to me, I would go to him. But first, I needed to find some means of reaching that terrace.
It's funny because it doesn't even slow you down. Hey. God damn it. I hate you. And there's a lot more secrets in the first game too, that I remember. Like, a lot more secrets. Oh shit, you fucking bitch. Sneaky little cheeky cunt. And they're a lot cooler when you find them too. They're like way harder to find in the first game. In this one, everything's very linear in the way you find things, and it just kind of opens up to you. But still cool. I don't remember if there's any secrets that you don't unlock in this version. Maybe, like even with the powers, maybe you do. Maybe the powers. But in the first game, you can go the whole game without unlocking all the features of it, and you really don't need any of them either. Like they're just cool as shit to have. Like all the different spells you can get. Chop your head off, bitch. In this one, I don't recall there's spells. There's definitely abilities.
There appeared to be a passage here, leading northward into the mountains. The opening, however, was obstructed and too high for me to reach. Perhaps later I would find the means to bypass these obstacles.
Mayhaps.
There it is!
Hey. Hey. They tried to shoot me. Hey, I hate you. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Yeah, see, you just got exploded. Whose fault was that? I think that's something to do with the Steam version of this game, where you can't. There's certain weapons you can't. Like that. See how it blocks me from actually doing it? Or maybe I have to be like extremely close, because it actually gives you like a pushback. It pushes you back for some reason. It doesn't happen in the OG.
My lurking friend was nowhere to be seen, but I found these ruins even more intriguing. I recognized these arcane symbols from the chamber beneath the pillars, and realized that this shrine too was sealed to all but the bearer of the Reaver.
Use it. Use it. Now that so I never saw 2001: A Space Odyssey, and like till way after this I played these games. I think that's a direct sample from 2001. I never really knew. I was always like, damn, this game has amazing sound design. And then I hear that, I'm like, I think you stole that. So with this guy. No, this guy. What's up, Mr. Little Sword? Hate you. Hey. Mine. Nice, so cool. That's never not cool. Just freaking swipe. Hey, bitch. Give me your bodies. Okay. Now we gotta find that, oops. Little portal. Go away. I'm gonna eat you. I remember you have to actually like physically look up in this version. In the original, I don't think you had to. I think you can just move the camera around. Or maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so that saves regardless. Nope. What the hell? How did you guys come back? Come on, boys. No? Where's the little shieldy thing? Oh yeah. Okay. Now we gotta do all our backtracking. Very, very, what's it called? Metroidvania style. Because we gotta unlock that door. We have all these spots right here that we can climb. Jeez. What's up, little fellas? Shut your mouth. Hey, I was behind you. Zombie boys. Give me one of those. Hey. Hey. Just cut them in half. It's the best way. Oh shit.
Throughout this ancient shrine, murals depicted the winged race and the apocalyptic war against their mysterious and equally inhuman adversaries. These winged beings, it seemed, were not only the architects of the pillars, but of this enigmatic place as well. And just as in the pillar's chamber, this shrine was adorned throughout with imagery of the Reaver, depicted with the reverence of a holy icon.
And who doesn't love an icon? Hey! Stab. Oh, they got a cool little staff right there. I forgot about that. You got to shoot it. Pretty sure. No? Not yet? No, how it goes down? Okay. Tell you, man. That's Space Odyssey. Oh no, it closed on us. Balls. I know you can spin that thing for sure. And then we need the little plate, because we gotta create it like an eclipse, right? That's just what we got to do. Video game stuff. Hey, stop that. Stop coughing up things on me. You ancient alien. I think they're called Hylians too, if I'm not mistaken. That's the funny thing. Very much a kind of like a open world Metroidvania Zelda game before, during the time that all that shit was really popular. Neato. Fuck you guys. Don't cough on me. Hey, shit. I'll just test if you can just jump into the flight mode, but you can't. Oh! Hey, bitch! How are you so cool? Mine. Oh yeah. Ah, motherfucker. Oh my gosh. All I remember is that you have to move it. I don't really remember the rhyme or reason. Shoot projectiles at puzzle targets. Shoot that shit. Oh yeah. Where is the sun? Look at us. Look at us. Smart boys. Big old smart boys. Hope you don't mind if I take this little China. Alright, we gotta dump it. Thanks for the plate. Don't think it's here. Sweet. Okay, that's already open. I heard the thing. Oh, hey, you little shits. No. No running. Come here, little fella. Someone's gonna get their stab on. Oh, I heard you, bitch. Shithead. Hey. Nah. No? Can't imbue it with fire yet? Ah, fuck. Hey! God damn, these guys are a little shit. No. Go! Pop that shit. The sundial. I don't at all remember this part. Oh, never mind. This is so fucking cool, man. Oh, dude. The Dark Reaver. Shit's just leaking out of there. Oh, that was anticlimactic.
As I neared the altar, I suddenly felt the Reaver quickening of its own volition. Just as in William's chapel, the balance of power tangibly shifted. Voracious and willful, The Soul Reaver was now in control, and I, merely its helpless puppet. The Reaver plunged itself into that mysterious altar, devouring the energy that emanated from within, drained this place of its power. Thus sated, the Reaver released me, and I realized as I recovered control that these ancient shrines were forges, each purpose-built to enhance the Reaver with elemental power.
Hey, my spiral got a little bigger that day. No? Okay. The only thing, right, is so I know you get the firepower eventually, the Fire Reaver. I just don't remember if that was the spot that you get it from in this game. Is it? Is it?
Now I understood the purpose of the mysterious basins I had seen throughout my journey. They were elemental fonts, each attuned to a fundamental essence. When I forged the blade, every font in Nosgoth with the same elemental attunement was simultaneously quickened. The Reaver's enhancements were never permanent, but these fonts enabled me to re-imbue the blade by bathing it in the elemental energy distilled therein.
Okay. Sweet. Oh, it closed. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe that wasn't the fire pit.
Concentric circles, one eclipsing the other. I recognized this symbol from the door sealing that other ancient shrine, the one I had seen in the lake outside the Sarafan stronghold. Perhaps now, armed as I was with the elemental power of darkness, I could return and gain entry.
We now have the darkness. Yeah, in the first game, after you beat it, you unlock codes to get all the different Reavers. Like you get the Light Reaver, the Dark Reaver, a fire, like a permanent Fire Reaver, all sorts of weird colors, like a negative one.
You're a ragged excuse for a savior.
Vorador.
I see my reputation precedes me.
It does.
All good, I hope? I've been watching you since you emerged from that accursed stronghold. Strange that your arrival coincides with the corruption of the Pillars. But I'm wondering, are you the catalyst of these events? Or the answer to them?
I don't know what you mean.
I will speak plainly then. I distrust your origins, stranger. Seeing you crawl from the putrid depths of Mobius's keep makes me question your purpose here. And what should I make of your appearance? Not human, clearly, and more demon than vampire. And the Pillars. It is no mere coincidence that your arrival in that clearing heralded the Pillars' decay. And so I ask you plainly, are you the instrument of the Pillars' destruction, or their salvation?
Neither.
Very well. Let us look at the other side of the coin. I have followed your journey and watched as you blithely unlocked secrets that have been sealed and forbidden for thousands of years. The path you have been treading is open to only one being. You don't know what you are, do you?
I have been many things. If you find me ignorant, enlighten me.
What's the point? This world is beyond redemption. Let the human cattle have it.
I would expect better than meek capitulation from you.
Centuries of persecution have taught me well. 500 years ago, our race was nearly exterminated by the fanatical crusades of the Seraphan. And now the same sick drama unfolds again. In merely a decade, Mobius's cutthroat citizen army has nearly accomplished what the Seraphan could not. Vampires meddling in the affairs of men. Look where it's brought us.
What am I to make of these secrets I've uncovered, then? The depictions of the winged race, the pillars, and the Reaver.
Fairy tales, boy. The delusions of an ancient culture clinging to hope long after the world had discarded them. Their bloodline trickled away, until only one of the ancients remained, sustained solely by obligation and his unfaltering faith in the old prophecies. But you see, even if you are who you appear to be, it no longer matters. You're simply too late. Janos Audron, the Reaver Guardian, the last of the ancients, and my maker, was murdered by the Seraphan nearly 5 centuries ago. He alone would have the answers you seek, but his secrets died with him. I don't know how you've come even this far without his guidance, or without the Reaver, stolen these 500 years ago by the Seraphan. I'm afraid, my friend, that you and all of us are out of luck.
I had no less reason to trust Vorador than anyone else I had met. In fact, the ancient vampire was the most forthright being I had encountered thus far. If Janos Audron was the key to all this, then I would find him, and Mobius's time-streaming device would provide me passage. But first, I had to find a way back into the stronghold, and I suspected I would find the means within the lake's mysterious shrine.
Yay. Ow, bitch. I think I have to go down. Or do we go around? Pretty sure. Yeah, no, we go this way. Oh, I forgot that there was demon dogs. Look at that. Going back around. Oh. Oh, he's not going to be happy.
Ah, my wayward child returns.
Having unearthed more than you'd like, I suspect. What am I to make of these ruins that litter the land, and these images here in this chamber?
Merely the deceits of a failed civilization. You are being misled, Raziel. This ancient race hoped to manipulate the future with these scrawled misdirections. You must tread carefully. There are dark forces at work in this world, bent on subverting your true destiny.
I have no doubt of that. The question is, am I in their presence right now?
Your arrogance will spell your demise, Raziel. Deny my will, and the arc of your destiny will reach a sudden conclusion.
Your threats are unmoving. Even now, I'm beyond your reach.
My reach is longer than you realize. This is a very dangerous game you're playing, Raziel.
Okay. Ay, damn it. The Pillars of Nosgoth. These little elemental shitheads. Slow-moving projectiles. Hate you guys. Hey. man, I don't know why back in the day that I didn't recall. It was like very hard to navigate this spot. But it's not that hard anymore. It's not that hard as hard as I remember. Actually, a lot easier because it was like so hard to just kind of like trace my steps. I had to really think a lot about the things that I was doing back in those days. We're back. Sweet, sweet pillars. So sweet, so gentle. Where, bitch? Ah, ha, 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 ha. Ow. Oh my gosh. I hate this. I don't know how you guys are so powerful. Finger shank. Where'd the other one go? I got you, bitch. I got you. Ah! Missed him. Oh, no, I got him. Just didn't go through him. What the hell is this dog? I don't remember the dogs looking so... I mean, they did. I remember them looking like freaking dinosaurs, but not like that. No, they look like that. I think I just didn't give a fuck. I think I just tuned it out. I was like, eh. Hey, you. Darkness. Damn, that dog got ghosted. No, sir. Was I not supposed to shoot it or something? Nah. I'm going back to the keep. Hey, bitch. Stab. Oh, 1,000 will just go right past them? That is not the case. You cannot. Oh, shit. Oh, that's not it, huh? Is that one of them? Is it really all the way back? I hate you. Ow. I really do have to go all the way back. Hey, bitch. Chill.
Here it comes.
Nuh-uh. Okay. I'm assuming there's not one over here. Poop. Poop! So we really do gotta go all the way back. Shut up. Oh, it's still... Okay. Well, fine. Dang it. So to pay attention. Oh, you son of a bitch. He just tried to jump. He was like, oh. That didn't work. Oh, because I gotta go over there. That's a light one. It's not gonna work. Yeah, for sure I need the light Reaver forge thing. To open that door. We might be able to do some shit here. Oh, like right there. Oh, so okay, you can actually slow down the thing. You can slow down the swimming. Like manually. What can you do? Let's go, bitch. Go away. Both of you guys. Your little mouth guns. Your dude spit.
These murals left no room for doubt. These winged creatures were indeed the architects of the pillars. And while the images were difficult to decipher, the pillars appeared to banish or diminish their enemies somehow.
With Dark Reaver, press action to activate. Oops. Okay, still doing that. Some bullshit. Whoa. Oh, I was too late. Damn it. I got caught looking at the scenery. Son of a bitch. Run. Hey guys. Don't be like that, okay? Can't block this. Nah, big dumbs. Big dummy heads. Ding. Funsies, funsies. Let me save. All right. With that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and tune out, so I can just kind of assess my night and see where I want to go with this kind of particular stream next couple of weeks. And also, I kind of want to work out right now. I didn't work out for the last 2 days as hard as I could have because I take no days off, but I did not work as hard as I could have because I had back injuries. So now that the back injury is kind of dissipating a little bit, I can kind of go back outside and I kind of want to test them and see what I can do. And being that I'm going to take tomorrow off, I can kind of rest it a little bit and see if I should or should not go back to training hard. Because I want to go back to training hard today, right now. So I'm going to do that. And then my son also, I got to meet his teachers today as well, which is another reason I'm going to call out. So I can just make sure that I can meet them and we go from there. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. It was really fun playing this game for y'all. It was really fun playing this game for me because I missed it. The whole nostalgia factor, being able to get it to work is a huge deal for me because I've had these games for so long on Steam, but I was never able to play them because they were unplayable. You just couldn't play them. It's impossible. They would just crash. And even if you go read the user reviews, they just crash. They just crash. There's no game. You buy the game, and it's one of the worst ports of all fucking time. And I'm not saying it is the worst port, but they're terrible. They're bad. You couldn't even play them, even though it would give you the option for using it on controller. You couldn't do it. Now, that's all fixed. As of 2024, the year of our Lord, the year of our tarnished, it is fixed. All right, so we are good. All right, thank you for staying, hanging out, doing what we gotta do. Just find me over on YouTube at Taco No. You can find me over here, Taco No, anywhere, Taco No. Stay dirty, humans. All right, that was for Twitch, guys, and I'm out over on YouTube as well. You guys have a good one.